Hi everyone, it's Ruben and Polly from Maidville, wedding photographers based in the French Alps.
Choosing a band that's the right fit for your big day can make all the difference between a good wedding and a great wedding.
Today we're going to meet Anthony and Danny from Squid Lips, who perform regularly at weddings and events here in the French Alps.
They're going to help us work out the essential question you should ask a band before they play on your wedding day.
A common question, and also a question that you should be asking if you're speaking to the musicians, the band that are going to be playing for you on your big day, is what music they're going to play. Is it going to suit the atmosphere? Is it going to suit the guests? Is it going to suit the location? Particularly for an alpine wedding, you may have a preconception of what the music should be. What it should be is what you want it to be. You should think about what your favourite songs are, what your favourite types of music are, what your family like, what your friends like, not just yourself. You should ask the band if they can perform that kind of music. And if you want to have a rock and roll band for the whole day, then you can Google rock and roll band and find one. If you want to have a jazz band for the whole day, you can go out and do that. In our case, for instance, what we do is offer a yes to almost every genre of music, because we can start with some classical music even at the ceremony and finish off as drunk as you are playing rock and roll at midnight. As we've done many times.
Done it many times with different instrumentation again, because we can to accommodate all those different styles. Sometimes we have a double bass in the band, so maybe we can do some of the classical with that. But then we've done different styles of music, like rock in a jazz style or in a 20s style, that kind of keeps the theme going throughout the day. But you still get the songs that you know and love, and those ones that mean something to you.
You can make Rolling Stones into 1920s.
You absolutely can. We've done it.
It's true. Jumping jack flash, it's a gas, gas, gas. Jumping jack flash, it's a gas, gas, gas. Okay, so when you're booking your band for your wedding, you will be considering whether they're going to play the tunes that you tell them to play, or whether they're going to arrive and just play their normal set list, or if there's maybe a marriage of the two. And the thing you should find is a band that you can trust. And you'll know that when you speak to us or to whoever it is that you go on to book to play on your big day. You'll know that from speaking to them. Look at their set list, choose your favourites, send them your favourites, and don't send too many. You may not have the right idea of how the night's going to go, how the evening's going to go, how the afternoon's going to go. Send your list and then leave it up to the guys, and they will read the crowd.
There are so many different ways the evening can go. We've done weddings where you imagine it's going to start very large from the beginning, and it doesn't. It's kind of a slow, gentle start, and we get them going by the end. Or some where just from the very get-go after the first dance, we are straight into a party mode. I think what we like to do, it does depend on the cocktail reception. What we like to do, because we've got 4 singers in our band, whoever's singing, the other 3 can really read the crowd and see what should be being played next, what should be coming in, see what's working, see what isn't, and we can just make sure that we're constantly keeping the energy levels up and bringing people in who aren't into it. And we've got so many songs in our repertoire that we can adapt to any situation, basically.
So the most important thing is that everybody's having a good time.
Absolutely.
The actual song that's playing may not be your favourite, but if everybody's having a good time, that's the main thing that's going to matter. But what your band should also be doing is playing those couple of favourite songs, particularly for your first dance. But then if your drunken Uncle Alf asks for some terrible song during the evening, then maybe it's a bit of a judgment call.
Well, we always like a drunken Alf, don't we? But the couple of specific requests for the happy couple are always as well. It's about choosing the right time. You're such popular people in the day that you might not be here when you requested it. You might be in the bar, you might be saying something to drunken Alf. But we can choose the right moment of the evening to throw in those special requests for you, so just make sure that you are there and your friends are there and everyone gets to share that moment with you.
You may be thinking that you have a really, really obscure, specific request that a band who play at weddings won't be able to perform, but you generally will be wrong. If you're booking professional musicians and you want to hear that piece of music, if you have a Jewish background and you have a specific tune that is part of your culture from any country in the world, you should be able to feel free to request it, always in advance, definitely not on the day, because that could be something that might not be in the person from Manchester's history, but they are more than willing to do some research and make that happen for you. That's what musicians are there for.
I remember once we had a couple who their history of when they'd met was at a rave, and techno music was a big part of their kind of courtship. And there was this particular song that they requested us to do, but obviously with the line of the band, which I think was kind of bass guitar, drums, and keyboards, was not exactly strictly recreatable. But we managed it, and we did a version of it, and we had the words and the hook in there, and it absolutely made their day. And it was more memorable, perhaps, than just playing the song, because it was a different version that was specifically tailored for them, and that they absolutely loved.
Often there's a real anxiety with brides and grooms, but brides' mums and things like that. They feel that their friends may be a little bit too inhibited, get up and dance, and what they really want is everybody dancing. What we can tell you from our experience is that regardless of the band that you have at your wedding, as long as they're good, the people will be so happy to be there because they're there with you. It's not really about whether they want to dance to that band, they want to dance because you are dancing. So the best way to get all your shy relatives and friends to get up on the dance floor is for you, bride and groom, to get up there and bust some moves yourself.
Specifically what we try and do is, we're all quite gregarious characters, again reading the audience, but we try and do the kind of songs that have a few sing-along moments in there, a few classics. Get them, if you can get you all singing along as a group, then I think individually you feel more comfortable, then you'll start getting those feet tapping and hands dancing, clapping, and we'll get you going. One of the questions may be, what's the image of the band, how the band going to be dressed? It depends on the feel of the day and the wishes of the bride and the groom as to how we go. We may be dressed like this with the ski boots, we may be doing a gig on a mountain, we may be doing a gig in a garden party, we can dress accordingly, we may be doing a hula party, a toga party, we can go with whatever it is that the client wishes. We're happy to kind of lead the way and help the atmosphere of the whole day and the party, by kind of getting involved with the party and trying to get everybody out their shells, really. That's what I think we like to do with the music and the way we dress and behave.
Obviously there are lots of technical logistic issues as well as everybody just having fun, and that's something that your band and your suppliers in general should take away from you having to be concerned about, but something that you need to be aware of also. For a band to come and install their sound system and their instruments, I would say sometimes it's better to do that when you don't have any guests there. It's not always possible, so it can be done really quickly. It doesn't need to be any big concern about the setup. What there needs to be is an itinerary that everybody can work with, and then we can all discuss exactly how we can get in and be there and make that as stress-free as possible for you, most importantly.
Absolutely, yeah, and I think that's where we like to try and take control, and we can liaise with all of your suppliers rather than you having to mediate between everybody. We like to get involved personally with all of those and just take that out of your hands. We can find out the best time, the best route, the best get in. So we were already prepared to have the quickest setup and the most less intrusive setup as well.
During the event, everything needs to run seamlessly so that your guests are unaware of all these little things happening in the background with your photographers and your musicians, and that's how everybody's going to operate to make sure that happens. And that means that in terms of any breaks before the band are playing, after the band are playing, while they take a little break to have a drink, there's always going to be some music playing. It's always going to be appropriate to the time of the event. If everyone's dancing, then it's going to be music for them to dance to. It's going to be mixed together, and you're not really going to notice that anything is stopping or starting or being an issue. So you may be wondering how best to use your musicians at your event. You may have a vision, an idea of the musicians arriving for your party, or somebody just coming along to play while you're having dinner or drinks, or maybe just some music for your ceremony. All these things can be provided by the same people or different people. In our case, it's something that we can put together as a package, or we can just come along and do exactly what you want. The most important thing is that you have an idea of what you want, and then we can make it happen. You should book live music for your wedding because of the energy, the charisma, and the personal touch that comes from having real musicians performing just for you on your very, very special day. And it can really give you more than just playing the songs if somebody is actually there performing the songs. So we performed for a couple on one occasion here in the French Alps.
In very cold weather in the church actually, so we had to kind of tailor our instrumentation a little bit. We played different instruments because we had no power.
Our drummer played guitar.
Our drummer played guitar, I played cajon, and so we kind of led in a conga all the guests from the church to the restaurant, down the main road, playing all the instruments, all the guests singing along. We had
picked up a few gate crashes.
Yeah, absolutely. We had cars beeping, all the vans beeping at us, waving, shouting congratulations to the couple. So I think that from the first moment of the day, we really had the guests enjoying themselves, and it created just such a great atmosphere for the rest of the day, really. So I think that's a personal touch that we can add from the beginning.
If you're considering an alpine wedding, to some people this is a place where you come in the winter to the snow, to slide down the hill all day. To some people it's a place where you come in the summer, maybe to ride a bike or whatever it is that you're into. But it's the same place and it's the same paradise. It's equally beautiful. We've had the pleasure of performing at many weddings both in the winter and the summer. So be aware that this can be your paradise for your big day at any time of year.
Yeah, just talk to us about your ideas, your wishes, your dreams, requests. Everything can be accommodated.
We make dreams come true.
We do make dreams come true. Look at where we are. We can make this happen.
We hope you found these questions useful, and good luck finding the perfect band for your big day.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more advice on planning your destination wedding.